Hello, I'm Tracy Grimshaw. Welcome to A Current Affair. First tonight, the no-nonsense government teams forcing out disastrous tenants. Police, removalists and locksmiths are sent in when the Housing Department has had enough.
We have a warrant of possession. I've been told I have to execute it.
Well, you can't keep bashing up houses and getting away with it.
What rights do I have?
She's a single mum, Sasha. She's going to be left out on the street.
I've got no comment, please. No comment.
I'm so sorry.
Kyra Webb is being evicted from the house she's called home for 7 years.
Oh, baby, I'm so sorry.
Do you have any sympathy for her, Adrian?
No, I don't think she's got what she deserves.
Complaints from Adrian, whose son Mark lives next door to Kyra, were part of the reason the single mum is being given the boot.
If you had to live next to her for the last 3 years, this has been going on, you would be glad to see her go too.
Some of what's been going on has been recorded on security cameras Adrian's son installed at his place. Everything from fires in Kyra's backyard to ugly brawls in the neighbour's front yard.
It was like he sat there with the cameras rolling to take notes all day on anything and everything I did in my house.
And it's all ended here, with police on her doorstep, armed with a court order to evict Kyra.
Are you able to extend it until the 19th?
It's been extended twice.
Not from my part.
From our part and housing part.
It's not the first time police have visited Kyra. She says they've been there when she has bonfires in the backyard.
I have a bonfire in my backyard. We have birthday parties, barbecues.
You must know you're not supposed to light fires in the backyard.
Legally I'm allowed to light a fire as long as it's contained. I've had the police and fire brigade come out and assess it and say fine.
Maybe so, but today police aren't quite so accommodating.
Well, she was served paperwork that she had to be out by 9 a.m. Long ago, she knew it was coming, so we'll see what housing want to do.
Housing Department officials arrive with a moving van and are in no mood to discuss anything with Kyra or our producer Lisa.
Can you explain to me that
I know I've got to be out today.
No comment. She's a single mum. She's got nowhere to go.
I know I've got to be out today.
She said she'll fix the
My
mess.
stuff's in there and obviously you can see I'm moving stuff out. I just need, I don't know, maybe if there is any chance of an extension in any way.
I'm surprised it took so long.
You think she had it coming?
Well, a long time ago.
Adrian says Kyra was responsible for smashing holes in the walls of her own house.
They fix up the house, she puts holes in it, they fix it up again, she puts holes in it.
I understand it looks bad. It looks so bad.
It's pretty terrible. They're saying it could cost as much as $50,000 to fix that place.
That's ridiculous.
No landlord would put up with what she's done to her house.
After a recent inspection, the department counted more than 40 holes in the walls.
I loved my home.
43
holes. On that note,
holes.
there was some little holes like this, some little holes like this, you know, like over 7 years, I didn't ring whenever there was a hole made.
So you admit you made some of those?
Oh, yeah, I've bumped a couple of walls here. I've maybe kicked one behind myself.
Please don't walk away from me, Sasha.
Kyra says she's never been behind in rent and that department officials have never fully explained why she's being evicted.
I've got no comment, please.
Can the situation be reversed? She said she'll fix the problem. She'll fix the holes.
No comment, please leave me alone. This is the lady that took me to court and stood there in front of the judge and said how much of a bad tenant I am.
This brawl erupted as relations between neighbours spun out of control, and there in the middle, trying to break it up, is Kyra.
I have never seen anything like it. I mean, you would have to live there and see her in action to believe the things she does.
I'm a lover, not a fighter, but I will not cop abuse for no reason.
Adrian says there's been ongoing arguments like the one over Kyra flooding the neighbour's yard.
One day he opened his laundry door and he nearly got washed away. The water had backed up that bad and everything under his house was ruined.
Well, I did do it deliberately, empty my pool, not flood their yard. I can't stop where the water's going to go, but with that, the police were then called.
Back at the eviction, more police and a locksmith arrived to make sure Kyra is forced out.
What rights do I have?
Well, like I said,
Police tell Kyra she has 10 minutes to get off the property.
In 10 minutes? Extensively? I've been here 7 years, man. This is over holes in my freaking walls.
We'll be okay. We've got each other.
For Kyra's 10-year-old son Jordan, the reality of being evicted hits home.
We've lived in this house for 7 years. I've pretty much grown up in it.
It's your home?
It may just be a couple of holes to them and just like repairs that they're getting ready to be done. I don't know, whatever. This is our home, you know, this is our lives.
The Housing Department wouldn't discuss Kyra's case, but in a statement the acting minister told us the 3 strikes policy is designed to send a clear message that violent, destructive or antisocial behaviour will not be tolerated, and that taxpayer subsidised housing is a privilege that comes with certain responsibilities.
Oh, I haven't done anything wrong.
As police watch on, Kyra and Jordan pack what they can to take with them. The rest of their stuff will go into storage and Kyra will have to pay to get it out. I guess at the end of the day they looked at all this and thought, well, she's pretty much a dirtbag tenant, let's dump her. What can you say to people out there what can you say to people out there to convince them that you weren't?
I pay my rent. I build my garden.
And do you have any sympathy for the fact that she was evicted?
No. I just think it took a long time for housing to put her in.
So it was a case of good riddance?
Yes.
I feel sorry for that poor little boy, and Kyra has been told she can reapply for another Housing Commission home in 3 months, but she'll be placed at the bottom of the list.